Okay, welcome back to Rand on Real Estate. I'm Greg Rand, your host on 77 WABC. We're here at the Small Business Authority studio in New York, also on WABCRadio.com. My website is ownamerica.com. I have a book there called Crash Boom. That
brand new book.
Play
it up.
Literally on the truck on the way to the bookstore as we speak. But Amazon's already got it, and I'm certain it's going to be a bestseller. No, I'm not, but I think you'll like it if you buy it. And I wanted to talk, you know what, we have a call here from Staten Island, Max from Staten Island, who's asking a really good question. Max, how are you? Max, you there? Hey, okay, I see you now. How are you?
How's it going, Rand?
It's going good, man. So what's your question about being a landlord, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, I got the same mindset as you, as accumulating, accumulating real estate. And the current property I'm in now, I mean, I'm married. I just had my second child, and I want
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I guess I don't even want to trade up. I just want to buy another home and keep the house I'm in now. I mean, it's a two-family, and it's a nice rental income every month. I do have a note on it, but the amount of money that I'll make every month, it's above and beyond the amount I have to pay to the mortgage company, which is good.
That's awesome.
But my only worry is that, okay, I go and I extend myself and I buy another home, and now I rent this existing home and the tenants don't pay, or, you know, because I've had family members in the past that have tried to branch out and buy multifamily rental income, and, you know, they've been burned. So how do you protect yourself? That's
a great question. You know what? It's funny you say it, because I was on the Fox Business Network this week. I go on the Varney and Company show every so often, and they asked the same question. They said, what about a deadbeat tenant? You know, how do you get rid of a tenant? They can live in the property, you can't evict them, et cetera. And I actually kind of teased them. I said, you guys are such Wall Street guys. You know, you don't want to get your hands dirty. You don't want to actually do anything. You just want to buy paper and trade paper. But it's a legitimate question, and most of the protection you can give yourself is up front, okay? Credit check. Real simple thing, okay? When you get a tenant for a piece of real estate, this is why it's worthwhile to pay a commission to a good real estate agent in this situation, because, number one, they're going to tell you what you should be charging, and they'll prove it to you by showing you what's on the market now. But also, they've got the ability to run a credit check. And tell you, man, it is the greatest way to know if somebody has paid their bills up until they met you. They're going to pay you. Okay, if they have a hardship, they lose a job, that's a different situation. But if they are the kind of people that have a good credit score, 680 or better, they pay their bills. And the best way to see the evidence of that is that right now we have we have a foreclosure crisis due to one basic fact, and that is that the lending standards, they were giving people mortgages with who didn't have as good a credit score as they used to have, okay? Or they used to require, in other words. So as soon as you let somebody who has a poor credit history borrow money, you can guarantee that that person is a higher percentage of those people are not going to pay you back. Same thing as a landlord. So you do a credit check. Look them up. Okay, do a Google search. I did this once on somebody who was going to be a tenant at a property I own. Guess what I found? I found on the second page in the Google search for their name that they were named in a lawsuit where they were being sued by a previous landlord. Now, that's kind of an unusual case, but I pretty much ran screaming from that situation, right? If they're in a lawsuit right now, they're going to be in a lawsuit with me later on, so that was out of it. You take a security deposit up front. Okay, that gives you a little bit of a cushion, but probably more than anything else, the relationship really matters, okay? If you meet your tenants up front, you have a conversation with them, it's really funny, Max, you know, a lot of people say this. I mentioned earlier in the show that we did a survey at ownamerica.com where we asked people, if you believe in real estate, why don't you invest? The number one answer was, I don't know how, which is why I started Own America, to teach people how. But the number two answer was, I don't want to be a landlord. It's a hassle, it's a pain in the neck, deadbeat tenants and all that stuff. But it's like this. If somebody was opening up a restaurant, Max, and they said, I'm opening up a restaurant, but you know what I hate? I hate people who won't cook for themselves. Right? Or I'm a personal trainer and I'm opening my own gym, but you know what I can't stand? I'm disgusted by fat people. You'd say, you're in the wrong business. All right. These are your customers. If it were for people that are out of shape, there'd be no reason to hire a personal trainer. If there weren't for people who didn't want to cook for themselves, there'd be no reason to go to a restaurant. You have to look at a real estate ownership as a small business. You have to view it in a long-term context, and you have to view your tenant as somebody who you love, okay? They're your only client. You own a business. It's an asset that they pay you rent. They are your only customer. You got to take really good care of them. And that is another way where if they like you, you have a good relationship, you do your homework up front. That's the best protection you can have. Is that making sense, Max?
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, actually, my wife is set against it, but I'm for it, actually. But I guess in today's day and age where they're not going to be handing out mortgages as easily, it's probably better to be a landlord now because more people are going to be renting.
Yep, absolutely. And thank you for the call, Max. I appreciate it. And you know what? Take your time, okay? Get your wife comfortable with it. But I'll tell you something, multifamilies in the boroughs are a fantastic investment long term. So take your time, do it right. And listen, you just had another kid. Congratulations on that. Think about the real estate investment as a college fund for the child. That'll get you in the right mindset to be thinking long term. And when the phone call comes in because the toilet's overflowing, you're not going to be as annoyed by that phone call because you're going to think of your little baby and say, okay, this one's for him or for her.
Can you do a 30-second answer on Howard or no?
I'm going to try.
How quick are you?
Howard from New Jersey, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Okay, I
30 seconds.
Laura's going to kill me if I don't do this quick. What's your question, Howard?
Real quickly, we own 4 houses, 3 of which are rentals, all in adult communities. The problem is how do you buy additional properties with stated income, which has gone by the wayside, and because of our write-offs, our gross is reduced down to a very low amount that the banks won't accept the income tax return as warrants a first mortgage. So I can't either refi and I can't get a first, primarily because the gross is reduced down to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 due to the write-offs of the 4 houses.
Yep, I got you. Bottom line, Howard, and I appreciate the call, you have to put down 50%, and you have to go to a community bank who believes in the community and will judge you as a landlord with experience. But you have to put down a whopping down payment to be able to get financing these days. If you own other properties and your income tax returns are whittled down because of the expenses, basically a big down payment is a solution to that. So thanks for the call. And I guess we're wrapping it up.
I'm really proud of you. That was a quick drive-by. But remind people again, how can they find your book? Amazon.com?
Yes. Go to Amazon.com, or better yet, go to ownamerica.com. We have a series of things there, but the most important one, in addition to the book, is that we're offering a free class to people who want to learn the investment game. And it's very much about the housing cycle right now. That's where I start this process off. So go take a look at it. There's an opportunity for you to comment, talk to me, talk to each other. Get in the game, and I think you'll find that as your confidence builds, you'll be in a position to do something really life-changing for yourself and your family long term.
Absolutely. And you know what? There was so much amazing information in this program, as all yours are, Greg, I have to say. Always check out our website because the podcasts are up there at WABCradio.com. Greg Rand has his own page. It's Rand on Real Estate. You can hear the show again or a specific segment where maybe your question was answered. It's all up there for you on our fabulous website.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for listening. This is Greg Rand on Real Estate on 77
When are you going to be back again?
I'm back
date?
Here
like in 2 weeks?
2 Saturdays from now.
Two Saturdays, 4 p.m. It's a show you don't want to miss for sure. Thank you so much, Greg.
Thank you.
You're a joy.